Getting this wrong can make you financially responsible for your business partner's financial liabilities. So in this video, we'll be discussing what are the major differences between partnerships and collaborations. If you're new, I'm Malcolm Zoppi, an English qualified solicitor and the managing director of Zoppi, my law firm. And on YouTube, my goal is to make business law easy. Make sure to stay until the end of the video to find out my top tip to avoid legal issues when it comes to getting in a partnership or collaboration with a business partner. Now, before we get to the nitty and gritty, let me just very quickly give you an overview. When it comes to collaborations, the collaboration is actually just purely contractual. The only thing that binds the two parties usually is the collaboration agreement, a contract. Instead, when it comes to partnerships, it gets a little bit more complex, also because there are three main kinds of partnerships. And to learn more about the three main types of partnerships, make sure to watch this video right here. For simplicity, in this video, when it comes to partnerships, we'll be focusing on the general partnership, which is a partnership that is not registered on Companies House, and the members or the partners have unlimited liability. It is the simplest form of partnership. Amazing. Now let's jump straight into the top three key differences between collaborations and partnerships. When it comes to liability in a collaboration, liability is split according to the collaboration agreement. So, for example, in a collaboration whereby usually two different businesses come together to, for example, create a new product, then each of the businesses who is responsible for a specific part of that collaboration is going to be liable for that specific part. Instead, when it comes to partnerships, again, it does very much depend on the kind of partnership that you're going for. But for example, in a general partnership, the starting point is that each partner, let's say that there are two partners, shares the liabilities 50-50. It doesn't matter really where those liabilities came from or who incurred them. Of course, you can draft a partnership agreement that specifies otherwise. Moving on to the second main difference, which is about sharing of profits. When it comes to collaborations, again, purely contractual, and the profits are shared according to the collaboration agreement. In partnerships, instead, like with liabilities, the starting point is that if there are two partners, then the profits are shared 50-50. Thirdly, what about the legal structure of that relationship? Well, when it comes to collaborations, as we mentioned, there's only a contract between the two parties. The two parties remain separate legal entities, whether legal entities as businesses or natural persons as individual human beings. Instead, when it comes to partnerships, it very much does depend on the kind of partnership. So, for example, a limited liability partnership, an LLP, is actually recognized as a separate legal entity, just like a limited company would. Now, before we discuss my expert top tip on avoiding legal issues whenever collaborating or getting into a partnership, make sure to subscribe to the channel to continue to receive to the point, pragmatic and practical legal information. Also, if you would like some professional legal advice with choosing between the different vehicles or setting up these different vehicles, make sure to reach out. I have my contact details below. So what is the top tip to avoid legal issues? Well, simply, it is to have a strong contract in place, whether that's a partnership agreement or a collaboration agreement. Now, make sure that the contract is suitable for the kind of relationship that you've chosen, whether it's a collaboration or a partnership. Secondly, when it comes to drafting the contract, make sure to include how profits and liabilities are to be shared between the business partners. And thirdly, ensure to include specific obligations on the parties and responsibilities or specific deliverables, especially if you're doing a collaboration. If you're leaning towards a partnership, which is typically a long-term relationship, make sure to watch this video right here that tells you the three main kinds of partnerships that are at your disposal.